will you join me down West Wales today, guys, spinning for Pollock? And I think it's fair to say we are into the fish. Check the gob out on him. Right, so my main rod for today is one of the new HTO Tempest outer limits. You can see that. I have used it a few times just fishing in Barry Dock for the bass. I haven't actually caught anything on it yet. But it's the weight and length of this one, it's a 9'6", casting up to 10 to 42 gram. And then I've got that paired up with a HTO Nebula, the reel in a 4000 size. That reel there. And then I got that loaded up with, I think it's 30-pound braid. And then I've got a 25-pound fluorocarbon leader. And then down to one of the HTO yo-yo jigs in the 40 gram. 38 gram, sorry, 38 gram. I can't remember what colour that one is. But it's sort of like a nice silvery, got a bit of a purple, bluey colour to it. So basically we're gonna get fishing now. So yeah, we're gonna get that out there now and see if we can catch some pollock. Let's give it a go. Right, well, first cast, literally my first cast, I'm into a fish. I don't feel too bad either. Not sure whether it's a pollock or a wrasse. He's fighting well. I'd say he's probably a pollock, but we shall soon see. Whoa, he didn't like that. I'd definitely say it's a pollock, the way that run off. Oh, he's right by there, look. Oh, it's a nice pollock, you know. That's a nice one. Now this is the fun thing about these marks, just getting your fish up. So basically there's a little ledge I can get down to my right here. So I'm going to quickly run around there now and hopefully get up for you to see. Well, we got him, guys. An absolute cracker as well, look. That was about that for first cast. I had the feeling we were going to get straight into the fish, but that is a cracker for a first cast. And there's the yo-yo jig in his mouth, look. Happy days on the new Tempest. Not bad fish to christen the rod off, mind. First fish on it. Probably about, that's about £3. And it's a first cast. Happy days. Let's go. We've got a full day, yeah? It's only our first cast. Anyway, well, I'm going to be taking this fish home. I'm going to keep a few of the bigger ones today. And I'm going to do a bit of cooking as well. So I'll fry one up. Do a bit of cooking as well today. But I want to get my rod back out there, as you can probably tell. So yeah, let's go. Right, so fishing these jigs. I mean, it's very deep water out there. So basically, just whack it out there. And if you let it sink on a complete slack line, you'll find there's a bit of tide there as well in deep water. So if you let it sink on a complete slack line, you'll end up having a lot of slack out there with the tide taking it, and you won't feel it properly hit bottom. And by the time it does, or either hit it on the drop. And by the time it does hit the bottom, you've got so much slack out there, by the time you tighten up to it, there's a high chance of you snagging up. So I tend to leave it sink on a fairly tight line. Feeling it down. So I mean, it's quite deep here, which is perfect, really. Right, that's down. And then I just basically just a sink and draw. So lift it up, reel down the slack. If you touch bottom, lift up again. That tide is absolutely perfect now. Absolutely perfect. This mark here, quite close in, is quite snaggy. So when you get closer into the rocks, I just quickly reel the jig in. Although there will be fish down there under your feet, but there's a high chance of them just grabbing your lure and just busting you off straight away. And also every now and then, every couple of fish you have, just check your leader, because you'll find them grating along the rocks as you're bringing them in. And then if you do hook a monster, there's a high chance obviously you're going to just bust you off. There we go. Didn't even feel bottom and I got a fish on. Here we go. Here we go, look. Now, as much as it is nice to enjoy the fight, don't take your time, because there's some rocks and kelps and all that nasty stuff down there, and those pollock know exactly where to go to cut you off. Yeah, I can feel it in the kelp now. He's out. It's another decent one by the feels of it. This rod is stunning. Absolutely stunning. Yeah, if I can, now he's getting close, I want to try and, oh, here we go. I want to try and guide him off to my right, because that's not too bad landing him down there. If he goes too far left, we're going to struggle. And yeah, he's going way left. Oh, he's coming right now. That's it, come on. Don't want to go too close to the edge because it's quite slippery here. Oh no, that's not a good spot for him to go. No. Oh, there he is. No, I'm gonna have to handball this one up. It's another nice one. Right, this, I think it's bigger. Pretty risky. Less risky. I haven't got a very long leader. Oh yeah, he definitely feels bigger. He's a chunky monkey. Oh, he is a chunky one as well. That might be like £5. Come on. Oh, there's a better fish, huh? Much better fish. Leader's right there. I got the leader. And here we go. Oh, that's a cracker. Check that out. 2 casts and 2 absolutely cracking pollock. Let's get that slack up, look. Wow. What a day this has turned out to be. 2 casts as well. That's all we've had. And look at that one. Absolute corker. That is wicked fishing. There's a few up there now. Happy days. On the old yo-yo jig again, look. Let's get that out of him. Now that leader is absolutely trashed. I can feel it basically by there toward the end of it. It's really frayed. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a leader about twice as long and a heavier leader as well. So when I am bringing them up that slope there, it's a bit more abrasive on the rocks. But check that out. What a start to the day. First cast, won about £3. And I'd say that one has probably come up to about £5 that. An absolute cracking pollock from the shore. I think we found the fish, wouldn't you say? Right, so I'm going to have a go for the wrasse now. And for that fishing, I use a heavier lure rod. The cast head's about 100 gram. And that's got a Penn slammer on it. I don't know, it's like 4,500 size. Yeah, 4.5. And I'm fishing a 35 gram sea float. And then run that down to a swivel. And then about 2.5 foot of 25 pound fluoro. And then a size 2 hook. And then I'll bait that out with ragworm. There's also a few limpets uncovered here, which a wrasse love. But I'm going to start off with a bit of ragworm. Got some nice ledges to jump down on by here. So I'll get my rod down there now with a bit of ragworm and get the camera down and try and catch some wrasse. There's something really satisfying about watching a float, I've got to be fair. It's wicked seeing that rod bend over and scream off, or get your lure absolutely smashed by a big pollock. But there's something really, really satisfying about watching a float go under. Oh, there's a seal, look at him. We ain't catching no wrasse. Not with him there. Don't eat my ragworm. He came right up on my float. Oh, there's a bite there, look. Go on, go again. Oh, there we go. Oh, a little babber. Little ballon wrasse. Little tiny little ballon, look. Wow, he's been done by something. Look at the side of him, look. I don't know if you'll be able to pick it up on the camera. He's been crunched by something there. No doubt that's seal. You can see his scales all trashed, and that side. Something's had a good go at him. Unfortunately, I don't think he's gone back. Well, I'm going to chuck it back, but poor thing. Nice colours on him though, but that is seal food, I would have thought. That seal was just in front of us then. That wrasse is off the corner by here. Let's see if he comes up for it. Yep, there he goes. He's got him. That's a big seal. Bye bye wrasse. Well, I just had a better wrasse. Fortunately, I didn't have the camera on when I was fishing. But look at the colours on that. It's a green one. That's a wicked thing with a wrasse. You can catch 10 in a row and every one will be different colour. But check the colours out on him. Not the biggest ballon going, but wicked colours. You can imagine him, how camouflaged he'd be down the rocks. Lovely fish. A few lice on him as well, on his back. Stunner. Well, I'll get him unhooked now. And I got a big pool just up on that ledge by there. It's all fresh seawater. And I'm going to just put them in there for a bit, see if I can get a couple more quickly, just to show you the different colours. We're all next to each other. That's a stunning wrasse, that one. Well, let's get him back in that pool and get my float back out there. I just cast a jig out there and just had another ballon. It's a little bit big to lift up with this rod, so that's where that long net comes in handy. No monster, but I want to snap the rod. It's actually exactly the same fish by the looks of it. Let's get that rod down. All I done with that was literally put a bit of ragworm on the assist hook. Cheated, I know, but we're struggling for bites. So still sink and drawing it as usual, but just with a bit of ragworm on the assist hook. That's another nice ballon. Definitely bigger than the last one I had. Cracker. Look at him. Bit of a darker one, this one. More of a brownie coloured one. Well, I'm going to quickly chuck him back now. Stick that jig back out there, see if we can get another one. Well guys, unfortunately, I'm in a bit of a hassle now because that original mark we fished, the flat ledge, the tide started to ease slightly and then the seals just were everywhere. There was like at one point I counted 4 seals in one view, just looking out. So I thought, obviously that ain't gonna help. So I packed up, climbed back up the top, made a move, and I've been to 4 or 5 spots now, and every single one of them has got pots on it, which is a massive pain really, because they are literally, they couldn't be in a worse position. So I've made the decision. I've been literally just sort of sat around for like half hour to an hour now, just trying to decide what to do. I'm just going to pack up my gear now, just so it's a bit easier to walk with. I'm going to quickly shoot back to the car and head somewhere else. The winds have gone northerly now. They were forecasted to. It's slightly stronger than what was forecasted, mind. So the swell's picking up a slight bit. So I've made a decision to go to a mark called Kafari Bay. I've never done massively well there, but there's always been fish there. Whether it be wrasse or pollock or whatever really, there's normally fish there to catch. And hopefully there's no pots there. There's not normally. It's normally pretty good on the pots there. And if they are there, they're sort of not in the direction you'd be casting. So I'm going to pack up and head to Kafari Bay. So I'm just collapsing all my rods now. A little tip actually with floats stuck, because if you're like me, over the years I've built up such a massive collection of floats. Why, I don't know. But if the lead doesn't say 35 gram, that's a 35 gram float, and it doesn't say 35 gram on it, and then you got a box full of floats with no weights attached to them, you're always like sort of testing out which one's which. What I do when I pack away now, so you got your, basically that's your setup there. I just cut the shock, well, your leader a fair bit higher, then I fold the back round and I'll tie it to the swivel. Just try and get it a bit tighter. And you just tie that back to the other side of the swivel that your hook link would have been attached to. So at least then, when you chuck that in your box and come to using it the next time, you know everything you need is on there. I mean, I got 2 beads on there, the lead, the float and the swivel. All I need is a piece of line with your hook on it and then a float stop on my main line. So just a little tip. It's not much of a thing, but it's surprising how you see some people sometimes, they're just faffing around trying to get the right lead to go with the right float, and it's time. Just waste time. So yeah, that's I'm gonna leave quite a bit of stuff in the car now, because it's not a long walk, but it'd be nice to travel a bit lighter, because I've brought too much stuff with me today, the usual thing. I need to invest in a really good quality rucksack for times like this. Because I brought a cooler box, I know I take fish, I'll take it home. And water, I got loads of water with me today because I come down a little while ago to do a video. I had some nice pollock. And I might even put some of the footage in this video because I had some nice sized fish actually that day. And I've run out of water way too quick. I had like 1 litre of water with me, and I drank it by midday. And I was wrecked then, so I didn't bother videoing because my head went all funny. So that's a massive important thing, is take plenty water, plenty fluids, because you need it. I'll stick my phone on charge for a bit. And get my gear packed away now a bit neater, so it all fits back in my box like I did on the way over. And head back to the car now, and I'll catch you over Kafari Bay, or unless there's somewhere else I can think of while I'm driving. But wherever I end up next, I'll see you there. Well, here we are guys at Kafari Bay. Just got my lure rod set back up. So I've just come down, the gear's just up the rocks, you've got to climb down a little bit to fish. Well, now you do now when the tide's out. I'm just going to start with a jig again. I just brought my lure box down as well this time. I'm going to try a few different types of lures to find what's working. Because what you'll find with the pollock fishing is that you could be fishing all day, nothing, and then change to just this other lure right at the end of the day and start catching. Because you'll find pollock fishing, it's all about finding the right lure for the day. So it's always important to just chop and change. And if you do catch one that you're going to keep, I'd normally gut one, just cut the guts open, just see what he's been eating. Because I was here before and there was loads of little sand eels in the stomach of one of the ones I kept. And I chucked a sandy limitation on, and I had quite a few then. A few kayakers coming along now. Kayakers. I don't think they got common sense. All that sea and they're right in front of me. Why would you go out further? No. Why would you? That seems like the right thing to do, go right in front of someone fishing. Well, the fishing has been really quiet. Well, not that I've been here for that long, but I thought on my lighter beach rod, I stuck out basically to 3 a clip down. But basically the rigs I was using from Chesil. I thought it needs a bit quiet, I'll try something a bit different. And I just had a little Wrasse, a little ballon. On the old pop-ups. A more reddy this one than the other few I had. So we've had browns, greens and reds now. Lovely little fish. Cool little spikes on his dorsal fin there. Alright, getting him back now. Hopefully he hasn't swallowed it. Yep, he has. I'll try and get the hook out now without killing it, obviously, and send him on his way. Doesn't have to be too far, I don't think. Just get out there though. And let him sink. Nice down. You'll find when you're fishing deep water, a little Pollock then. When you're fishing deep water with not a lot of tide, it will take you a long time to actually get tight to your lead. Because there's just a lot of slack out there. Obviously where you cast out and it hits a surface and it's sunk straight down, then you've got that line that will come up in the water to the surface and your rod tip then. But obviously you don't want to just wind down too tight straight away because you'll end up tripping your lead. Or dragging into some rocks or something. I'll put that down now and see if it goes again. Yeah, it's going, look. It's banging away. I'll get on it. It's a bit of a better bite, that one. He's stuck in the bottom. Yeah, he's coming now. Feels a bit bigger than the last fish I had. Well, I think we've cracked it where the fish are, guys. Feels like there's kelp on there, to be honest. There's probably a fish on it as well, but also it does feel like kelp. because as you pump it up like that and as you stop, it sort of goes quite heavy. It's hard to explain, but it feels like there's kelp on there. It's certainly heavier than the last fish I had. What's that? Oh, I got two ballan wrasse. Got a double shot. Oh, one of them foul looked. No wonder it felt heavier. Well, hey, check that out. Ballan wrasse galore. Oh, he wasn't foul looked, he was just spun over. That was about that. Lovely fish in there. Our top one's a bit of a bigger one. Lovely size. And that bottom one's a little bit smaller. Exactly the same colours. We can see that kelp out there, look. Attached to that lead is the same sort of colour as the wrasse, so they're probably just changing their colours just to blend in a lot better with the ground. There's a lovely double shot of wrasse though, if I say so. Oh, I'll get them unhooked. Well, I'll get a quick photo anyway, and then send them back home and get that straight back out there, because if there's that many, we might get a triple shot of wrasse. Fingers crossed anyway. I'm just starting to think now on what time to sort of got these little flies everywhere today. Do my head in. But I'm just starting to think now what time to sort of start having to pack up and heading home. I mean, the walk back to the car is not far, and I've got a 2.5 hour journey then. But it's 3 o'clock now, so by the time I get on the motorway, I'll probably be in a bit of Friday night traffic. I hope not, anyway. I hate traffic. Does my head in. Well, I don't think there's anyone that likes traffic, and if there is, you need to get your priorities in check, because I don't think it's right to enjoy traffic. But anyway, I'm just sat here watching this rod going crazy, so I think it's due a check. I stuck this one out a bit further this time and I'd bite straight away. The cast before this, when I had one wrasse after the double shot, it was a lot closer. I didn't put out that far at all, probably about 50 yards. This one I put out as far as I could. So I'll give it a check now. I tell you what, it's really casting 5-ounce leads, even with a lighter rod. Can't remember last time I cast a 5-ounce lead. Anyway, I'll spin that camera around. Oh, that's going well though. Yeah, I'll spin that camera around and see what's on there. Right, unfortunately my mic ran out of battery as I was talking. So basically the bottom rod didn't have anything on it. So I went back to the float fishing, and as you can see, I had a lovely wrasse, probably the biggest of the day. And you can see how thick he is across the back. A proper thick set fish. Probably about £2, £2.5. It was a lot bigger in person. Sometimes the camera don't do him justice, but yeah, lovely fish. Cracker. I'm gonna have a few more flicks with the float, and then call it quits then. It's just so addictive when you know they're there. Oh, a little pull then. my float stop is actually quite loose on the line, so every time I catch a fish, it slides it, so you're fishing too shallow. So it's, I think that's why I'm not getting bites at the minute. Let's have a send them down a bit deeper. Oh, there's a bite. There we go. Oh, I pulled the hooks on him. I need some more bait. More scraps. Yeah, this worm is no good now. It's dry and mushy and horrible. But the wrasse don't seem to mind. Let's have another go. Bring a little bit closer. Oh, was that a bite then? There we go. Oh, he's got me stuck. Ah. Little rascal. Almost had him. I think there are a lot of small ones down there now. Just messing with my bait. There we go. That's not a bad one. That's a nice one to end the day on. I think that's a cracker to call it quits on. Another chunky monkey ballon. Chill, chill. There we are. Float fishing for wrasse. That will almost fell. Here we are down here float fishing for wrasse at Kafiri Bay. Right, well, I'm going to get this guy back now and head home. All the hooks out of him now. So basically, for me and the wrasse, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Might have one more cast.